Huge news for BMW today because this morning they have just revealed the all-new BMW 5 Series, the 8th generation of their mid-sized luxury sedan. Now, I don't know if I was actually right or wrong about this thing because, well, there was a lot of mixed opinions when I first saw this car, but the more I start to look at it, the more it starts to make sense. And if you don't know what I mean, well, let me just explain in today's video. Because with new BMW today, you have to expect the expected unexpected.
If that makes sense.
Alright, so first off, before I give you my opinions on the new 5 Series and why I think I was sort of wrong, but also sort of right about the new 5 Series, before we're going to do that, we're just going to talk about the specs and all the technical numbers about this thing. But if you haven't already, subscribe down below to help me achieve my dream of becoming a successful YouTuber. I make all types of content on this channel, from everything from car reviews, vlogs, to my personal opinions, to redesigning cars, short videos, informative videos, cinematic videos, and basically every single thing a car person will want in a YouTube channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below again, and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every single time I make a new video. But let's just go through the technical numbers of this thing, because it's actually pretty impressive for what this thing is, because it's not even like a sporty car, except for when you're talking about the M60 i5 version, which they are really trying to push out into the public, because they're really trying to push out that this is the first ever electric 5 Series along with the gas version, but they're mainly trying to push the electric side. Alright, so the brand new 2024 BMW 5 Series is the 8th generation in this sort of lineup, and it first came out in 1972, so it's still going on, and it's going to go on for who knows how long, and that's not a bad thing at all. The touring version, the estate version, the wagon version, whatever you want to call it, that will come out in the beginning of 2024, and in spring of 2024, the hybrid model will come out, but we don't even have the M550i variant so far. For now, we just have to stick with the electric performance models. This October and November of 2023 is when it will start arriving at your local BMW dealer, so I'm excited to get my hands on this thing, test it out, see if it's actually way better than the old 5 Series, because I really did like the old 5 Series. I think it was the best BMW design in a long time. So the only gas models that we have so far are the 530i and the 540i, and the base engine is 255 horsepower and 295 foot-pounds of torque, coming from a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, which is actually pretty decent. And then we have a 540i model, which gets a 3-liter turbocharged inline 6, making 375 horsepower and 384 pound-feet of torque,
Which is a lot.
and if that wasn't even impressive enough, this can hit 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, which is like retro supercar territory. And that is impressive, because this isn't even like the M550i variant. This is just like the 540i. It's not even like, I mean, it's just crazy to think about that this isn't even, not even the M Sport variant. And obviously the big news about this new 5 Series is that it is the first electric 5 Series that has ever been made since this entire 5 Series lineup has started since 1972. And 340 horsepower is available at your foot in the base trim, and it can go all the way up to 600 horsepower in the M60 variant, which can hit 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. That is faster than the new Toyota Supra. And if you want to buy this thing, well, it starts around $59,000 for the lowest spec model, and it can go all the way up to $85,000 for the M60 trim before you add all the extra expensive add-ons and all that stuff. And this all includes the destination charges, which is around $1,000. And also $84,000 might seem like an amazing deal, but just keep in mind that we don't even have the M550i variant. We don't even have like the M5, which will be coming hopefully soon. And just like every single new car, it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and the same thing goes for the new 5 Series. So compared to the outgoing dimensions of the 5 Series, it's 3.4 inches longer than the old 5 Series, which is 199.2 in the new one, and the wheelbase is 0.8 inches longer, so it's 117.9 inches, 1.3 inches wider, which is 74.8 inches, 1.4 inches taller, which is 59.6 inches, and it's 238 pounds heavier, which sits at 4,041 pounds, which isn't completely heavy, and I get why it's that heavy, because obviously it's a luxury sedan. It's not some sort of lightweight performance sedan, even though lightweight performance sedans now are like 3,600 pounds. And for the i5 M60, this thing is a heavy boy, which sits at 5,247 pounds, which this isn't even the biggest sedan that they offer. The biggest one that they offer so far is the i7 M60 or M70, but that is really heavy for it, just not even the biggest sedan that they offer. Alright, now let's get into the real gist of what this video is about. Was I right or was I wrong about the new 5 Series? Now, in this video, I was praising the new 5 Series so much, and I just made the entire video about just the design of the new 5 Series, and it basically just kind of sort of disappointed me at first, but now the more that I look at it, it's starting to look actually pretty decent. And not just decent, but actually sort of good.
There's a lot of mixed opinions about it.
Now, they're really trying to push for the i5 M60, as I was saying, which comes with the M Sport design. Now, the M Sport design, it's really fussy in the front end. I thought, wow, that is a big grille. That is a big grille. And no, I'm not talking about the kidney grills, which are actually very sort of modest sized in this new 5 Series, but I'm talking about that lower portion of the M Sport design front grille, and that is a big mouth on it. It's like, it looks like it's sort of unicorny.
I'm not allowed to say the word, otherwise I'm gonna get demonetized.
There is a lot of lines going everywhere in this car. Like, there's one going straight, up, down, everywhere diagonally. It's just so much going on in the M Sport. But the base model looks absolutely fantastic. They really did a good job with the base model on it. Now, it's not very charismatic, and I don't think it's supposed to be with the 5 Series. It's more conservative than every other model in their lineup, except for the 7 Series, which still looks very nice in my opinion. I really do like the new 7 Series, which is very conservative. And I'm going to be completely honest, because I don't like sugarcoating things. If you've watched this channel, you know that I don't like sugarcoating anything. I just like to give my honest, transparent opinion about anything that I talk about. And this new 5 Series, it just looks a little bit better under covers, if I'm being completely honest. Now, I don't think that's a good thing because, well, the proportions on this thing, it's not what I was expecting. The rear looks a little bit like the iVision D concept that came out like a few months ago, I think. But the rear third of the new 5 Series, it just looks a little bit weird. Like, it just doesn't fit right. I don't know what it is. I think it's sitting a little bit too high, but at the same time, it's not. I don't know what it is, but something feels very off about the rear third of the car. It just doesn't really sit right in my mind. Now, the taillights, they look very Genesis-esque, if that makes sense, with the 2 strips going like that, the 2 thin strip bars going on each side of the taillights, so 4 in total. It doesn't look very BMW-ish, but it looks very Genesis-ish, which is Korean. But as I said, the more I look at this car, the more that I start to like it. And I've only looked at this car for around an hour so far since it debuted when I woke up. But let's just take a look at the front again, because the front, that is the biggest controversy of this car in terms of the design. And now the front, it just has so many things going on. You can't get the whole grille blacked out, but it has this giant sensor in the middle, which doesn't look very nice and well integrated. So you can also get those in like full traditional BMW style, like jail bars. And let's talk about the headlights, which is right next to the grille. And the daytime running lights, they are super thin. Now, when BMW teased this under the covers of one of the teasers a few months ago, it didn't look like the lights were that thin. But in the actual production form, and when the actual car got revealed, those lights are so thin. It instantly reminded me of the brand new Chevy Silverado, the pre-facelift version. These lights are like strings going attached. Now, it doesn't really suit well. It should have had like these thick LEDs that go like that, like the new X5 and X6 facelift, but it just reminded me instantly of the pre-facelifted Chevy Silverado, the current generation, where it had these tiny little strips going like that, and it didn't really have any sort of like shoutiness at it that it's actually what it is, and it didn't really have an identity because you couldn't really see it that well. And the same thing goes for the 5 Series, and I wish they just put the X5 and X6 LCI headlights, the daytime running lights, that are thick and it has some sort of depth into it, because it has no depth. It's just like 2 strings going like that, and it doesn't really look good. And now, under the headlights, on the lower portions of each side of the corners of the front bumper, there are these pieces that just like stick out. It's just badly integrated. It doesn't look good. I don't know why they did it. They could have just left it plain, and it just doesn't look good. The shoulder line is still present. It goes from the headlights all the way to the tip of the taillights, which is from one end to the car all the way to the other end, which is nice, but it's not very prominent. That's the only problem about it. It's just not very like strong. The old 5 Series had a sort of double shoulder line where it had 2 lines going like that, but it was still very strong. It went into the body, but this just kind of, it's just a line. It looks like it was not very stylized. The whole side of the car, there's no sort of depth into it. There's no sort of curvatures. You want to have stylized features, because obviously you don't want to have the car just look like the freaking Mercedes-Benz EQE, which the i5 M60 and i5 will rival. You want to have it look thought out, and especially since the front end is so overstyled in the M Sport design, you want to have the side look overstyled as well. But I think they know what they're doing, and everybody's gonna say the old one is so much better, and every other model before this was so much better. What is BMW doing nowadays? But then they're gonna go ahead and buy it. So, did BMW know what they're doing? Yes. And did they really do it well? So that's just my take on the brand new BMW 5 Series reveal. Tell me what you think about it in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe down below to help me achieve my dream of becoming a successful YouTuber. I make all types of content on this channel, from everything from car reviews, vlogs with my personal opinions, race designing cars, short videos, informative videos, cinematic videos, and basically every single thing a car person would want in a YouTube channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below again, and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every single time I make a new video. But again, tell me what your thoughts on the brand new BMW 5 Series. I don't know what to say about it because I have so many mixed opinions about it, because it's just like overstyled on one end, and then the base model, which is like the cheapest model, actually looks better because it's just more simplistic. It is just more traditional BMW. The overstyledness of the M60 and M Sport models, it just doesn't fit right with the whole BMW traditionalness of the 5 Series and what the ethos is all about. But again, do tell me your thoughts in the comments down below, and check out all my other content for more of my opinions if you like this. But I do hope to see you in a future video, and bye for now.
Please subscribe, lol, I have big dreams on YouTube.
Not even the M Sport variant. The first ever, and like jail bars, if you want to call it. Whoa.